Hey fam, how you doing? Welcome to the Mississippi Survivor channel. Oh hush. And today we're going to be doing a review. Yes, I've been waiting on this thing and I wanted to do the unboxing and take it out of the box and all that. And then I thought about it and I was like, no, I can't do that because I need to test this device and give it pure, you know what. So I've done that. This is the Vector, the freedom of power. Now, what I was intending to do here was originally turn this off until I started, but I kind of started a little backwards, but it's all good. But I hope everybody is doing well today. We want to get into this video and learn what we can about this Vector. Now, I originally had the Schumacher, which I still have, and I really love the machine. Only thing I hate about these machines are, I gave my negatives on the Schumacher. If you look back at my videos, you'll see that as well. Um, the weight, of course, but the weight doesn't bother me too much because I'm a big guy, so I really don't care about that. But for a woman, you have a woman that's trying to tote this, she's not gonna want to tote this. She's gonna be looking for something a little lighter that she could tote, but does the same thing. Um, Let me say, I love lithium batteries. I do, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix what I have a problem with. With the lithium battery, it just doesn't. It can't withstand a lot of heat. I mean, that's why most of them built in with a lot of cooling systems and things of that nature. Which I also had that same problem with the Go Power Plus. I was not ecstatic about the fact that the system to keep it cool is not all that great. Um, it sucks, in other words. But nevertheless, those are some things I just didn't like. It is a little weighty. I think it's coming in at about 17 pounds. But it's a very solid construction. It doesn't seem like a cheap plastic that'll break up on you really easy. So like that, the grips are it's a grippable machine. I like this. Um, it's like a rubber. It's rubber, or it's just where it holds on to you. So I like that. Like now, it's when you place it where you put it, it's there. It's like now, it's literally it won't move. You gotta pick it up because it grabs hold to wherever you set it. I guess that's what they was trying to achieve when they did that originally. But they achieved it. Now I was looking at the camera. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this that well and hear with your the different functions. I do like the big display that they have. I really do. That was good. Um, so back here on the back is a compartment here on your back, and what that holds in that area is your air compressor. That holds for your air compressor, and you would turn that on here. Like it goes here, and then you can set your PSI to what you want it to be. So what I did was like I want to inspect these to do like 40 PSI or 45. I think that'll run the unit too hot, my personal opinion, and from what I've seen, it will run too hot. It's not enough cooling for that. Because normally when you run this type of unit, that's 12 volts. These things get extremely hot, and I've burned up a couple, so I understand the logics. I would do like one tire, and then I let it cool off. if I'm only putting like 2 pounds of pressure per tire, then yeah, cool. But you add up a tire from zero, from 10 pounds up to 35 to 45 psi, and you're trying to do a couple of tires, you're about to burn that unit up. You're gonna get smoked. Also, it came with this as well. I like this. It's a nifty little needle for the air up your basketballs and things like that. Now, me personally, if I use this unit to air up a tire, it will not be to air up 2 and 3 and 4 tires at a time. I'm only gonna do one, then I'm gonna let the system cool because the line is gonna get extremely hot from the pressure of the air. The line is gonna get extremely hot, so I would use that. Actually, I don't really plan to use that, but I'll use it more for airing up basketballs and different things like that, and inflating things. I would do that. Now, for me, that's where the Schumacher has the advantage on that, because it has a whole nother accessory for to air up balls and beds and things like that. Well, according to this, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. It just has for the air up your balls and things of that nature. Not yeah, balls and tires and things like that. I do like the compartment though because it stores away really neat, and it also has extra space to put other things in here. You need to put in here. For me, I think what I would put in here is some buy a big pack of plugs and put some extra plugs down in there, and actually it's actually big enough to put this. Might be a little too small for that. I'm gonna say put some of the tubes in there, but you can put like valve stems, and all that stuff down inside of here, and it'll be tucked away nice and neat and close out of the way, which will be good. Now on the back of the unit, now I'm gonna try to pick this monster up. Well, I'll do better than that. On the no, I'm gonna show you. Let's flip this over. On the back of the unit here, you'll see, I try to zoom in for you guys to see better because I've been noticing on my last few videos that it seems things were kind of far away, and by that being, you weren't able to see exactly what I was doing or what was going on. This is not a $1 billion or $100 production. This is a phone and me trying to get the information out to you guys. And here's your jumper here, which you turn the knob to use that function, which is down here in the front here for that particular thing. Okay, here's your jumpers here. It's a nice. It's pretty sturdy. They made them pretty well. It don't seem like they're made cheaply. I like that, and I like the way that it has something to grab onto here. That's a better feature than the Schumacher had. It's more stable, out of your way type of thing. Then also back here is your LED light, and the LED light is pretty. I like this. It's pretty bright. It's pretty bright. I like it. I didn't expect it to be as bright as it is, but it is. It's good. Uh, Also, when it's sitting down, and it'll be shining on what you're actually trying to work on, or you're trying to jump your car off. The light is right there on the back instead of in the front somewhere. Uh, which with the way the Schumacher is designed, it doesn't matter about it being on the front. But the way they designed this, it's more. It got more of a power station feel. The way it's designed. hmm But I do like both of them nevertheless. Okay, so let's drop this down. I think that's everything on the back that I wanted to show you guys. Um, there we go. And for me, this is pretty much the Schumacher versus the Vector. Now, Stanley has a unit like this as well. I've seen several units like this as well. What I was looking for in a unit, personally looking for in the unit, what I was looking for in the unit have been uh, the inverter power. This is working my nerves, so let me see can I get this to maybe stop doing that. Mm, just giving me my little alerts. There we go. Kill that. Okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, this unit has a 1400 amp jump start, which I think some of that is commercial. Matter of fact, I know some of it is commercial. I tested it. Uh, you're not going to get that full 1400 amps. I don't think you get the full amperage on any of them, honestly. But you're not going to get that full 1400 amps of power or jump start. That's a bunch of baloney. But it will start. It'll start. It'll get the engine popping off. This depend on the condition and what you're dealing with the barriers. If it's completely dead, or there's a lot of things that plays in a factor on that particular thing. So, all right. For me, like I was telling you before, the reason why I chose this unit, I like the style of it, the way it was made. I like the digital display and all the information that it gives. And it was a 500-watt inverter. Again, I'm working on a budget, you know what I mean? So I don't have a bunch of money because some of these units, like the Blue Eddy 200p, and uh, I mean, these things they're expensive. They're very expensive. Some of them thousands, some $1,500, $2,000. I don't have $2,000 to put on a unit like that. If I had it, I would, but for a fraction of the cost, I chose to go with this. It's got more weight on it, but it also makes it still easy to carry by grabbing it like this, and the design of it. That's what I like because you just grab it on the front, pick it up, and just go ahead and go and do what you got to do. Um, versus, I don't know how heavy the Blue Eddy is. I really don't know because I never had one. I don't know how heavy the unit is. I'm pretty sure it's not as heavy as this because that's probably the Blue Eddy is probably working off of lithium ion barriers or something of that sort. And this here is pretty sure it's a lead acid barrier. But what I do like about lead acid barrier, they can take heat and they can take quite a bit of it and still keep pumping and working and doing whatever you needed to do. But lithium barriers last longer. They last longer. Much longer. They will. If anything, if you taking care of it, it's gonna last you. You know, but again, lithium battery is just gonna last longer. That's just flat out. It has a 500-watt inverter, which I really like that about the unit as well. Those one of my greatest features. Now, what I was looking for, I was trying to find one of these types of units, power stations that had maybe 1,000-watt inverter. I haven't seen it. I would like to see that. I would like to see it. Well, because I'm gonna buy it if I see it. So I really would, and that would give you a lot more power. You know what I mean? Versus when you do some of these smaller units with the lithium barriers, they got 500 watts, 800 watts, 1,000, 1,500, 1,800 watts. It's a lot of wattage. And the highs I've seen on these type of units is 500 watts. And I've got quite a bit with my solar, which I would have to. I'm gonna get into that. Like I told you guys, I'm just getting this. This channel should have been started. I mean, years and years ago, but I'm just behind and getting it started. And I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I just couldn't get it kicked off. Every time I started, I end up stopping. So this time, I'm gonna go with it full force, and I'm gonna pump out videos like water coming out of a faucet. So. Saying that, let's get to it. We got a lot to do. I got a lot to show, a lot of stuff that I know that you guys could use that I'm trying to help you with. I'm just trying to give you guys some alternative. If you don't have money like that and food stamps, which I take some food stamps right now. I mean, really. But I'm just saying, if you're in that predicament and you just can't afford to spend 700, 800. $2,000 on the unit, on a Blue 80 or whatever unit that may be. Here we are. This is our alternative, but you got your pros and cons, which are alternative. You got, for women, it's the weight factor. You know what I mean? But again, it's a durable unit. It can withstand the heat. I wouldn't use the Blue 80 outside personally, because I don't think they're built for that. I think they're built for inside. I mean, I just wouldn't do it. I would take a chance on closing these up and letting it, and if it rain or misting, got a mist of rain or whatever, I would take my chance with this shit getting a little wet. Or I'm pretty sure these are built for that, because, I mean, what if it's raining when you go outside and your car won't crank up? You got to take this out in the rain and set it under the hood to try to get your vehicle started. So these are built to be outside. Right. So those are some of the pros and cons that you just got to deal with. I mean, so if you don't have the money like that, I'm not a Warren Buffett or none of that. So this is what I chose to use. A lot of people is going to be against it. Who cares? I am doing what suits me and my needs and my family, what I need to do. I mean, I'm doing what I got to do. I'd rather have these with a little weight on them that's a little heavy, and than not have anything, because I was trying to wait and see how many. I mean, at this time, I would love to wait and save up enough money to get the Blue 80, the big boy. I mean, or the Bourgeois V. I would love to have that as well. But again, I would love to do that. But the way times are right now, I'm like, man, who knows? I even have enough time to try to save up to do that. I mean, really, I'm doing on the fly. Like, hey, let's get these. You know what I mean? And let these do what they need to do, and have some other have inverter, just build you a portable station or something you can take with you, or something that, or use your solar on your house. I mean, because I got up to like about 5,000 watt inverters that I use in my actual solar setup, which I'm still working on getting everything replaced and resituated. I be getting all off the subject here. But all this stuff ties in together, guys. So in this whole review, I mean, I'm gonna get off point, and I hope you guys forgive me. Yeah, I get off point, but I think it needs to be said that whatever I'm getting off point on, and to try to get you guys in sync with what I'm trying to tell you. Uh, Again, the air compressor is 120 psi, and I've told you already. I'm telling you from experience. Do not try to air up all your tires. That if they're down to 10 or flat, don't try to air all these tires up at once. You're gonna burn the unit completely up. Air up one tire, stop. Let this unit cool off. When it cools off, then come back. Do it. In which that takes a lot of pressure on the battery as well. Because John, you're gonna see it drop automatically. When you turn that on, it's gonna drop automatically to halfway down, all the way down. Then once it stabilizes itself up out, it'll come back up halfway. But it's not gonna come all the way. But once you, it depends on how long you're using it. When you turn it off, it'll level itself back out and go back up to 12.7 volts, depending on how long you've been using it. It also has another feature I like. It has a 2.1 amp USB, which I feel like that could be higher, like a 3. I mean, times is going so much. I mean, it could be 4. I could take a rapid charger anytime. But I mean, it got that 2.0 USB, which is right here located under also the 12 volt DC power. They got both of those, and that's going to be placed right here. Now, anything your 12 volts that you need that you can use, which I'm going to display some things for you, just like I did the Schumacher. I am going to put this thing to the test, and we're going to do it together. We're gonna put it to the test. I'm not gonna just do like I've seen somewhere everywhere. Like, hey, we have a plug here, USB here, got this here, blah blah blah. With that, no, because when I am thinking of myself when I set in the ordinance, and I'm looking like, okay, what about this? What about that? All the stuff that I had in my mind, like, what about this? What about that? We're gonna do it today. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna check these things out. We're gonna plug them up. I want you to see this stuff working, and see these things in action, so you'll know what's going on. And again, your 12 volt and your 2.0 USB, those are side by side, which is good. We got your LED once more on the back hand side right there, and the screen displays. I really like this display. Um, what one thing could have been done better on the display is to be more detail and the power that was in the actual unit, because you're going by blocks. So I don't know. Okay, oh, we missing the block, so I guess we're at 80. You just guessing. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're moving right along. Again, on most of these units I've seen since I've been doing a lot of research on them, they got this stupid plug. I just think that's just dumb. It don't make sense to me. I wish someone else decided to do something different besides this. It's just stupid. Now, you gonna have to, okay, now you got your unit. Now you're gonna have to go get another cord, which I've said before, this is dumb. It's just a waste of, this is more money. You gotta go get another cord, and then also not only getting another cord, you can't use a regular extension cord, mate. I don't think so. A regular extension cord, because it's gotta fit in between here, but the way it's made. Now, Schumacher had this same plug where it flips in and out. I thought that was dumb. I just don't like it. I think that this unit should already have a cord already attached to it, and then you want to charge it, plug the thing in the wall. Not go get a whole other separate cord just to plug into this. I just think it's stupid. And now this in this box, confined areas. So only thing I'm feeling is probably a regular extension cord, not one of the extension cord with the block on the end. I don't think that's gonna fit down in there. But I do like the way they use the coverings. Of course, like I said before, this thing is built to be outside. It's had the rubber covering all that stuff up, all your plugs, everything is covered, which is good. Okay, now fam, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get to the fun part of this thing. For me, this is the fun part. We get to start plugging things up and seeing what's going on with the unit, seeing what it's gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and press AC power. As you can see, it says full. You can hear the unit had just come on. It's not that loud, but you can hear it's still quiet for the most part. It sounds more like actually a computer will be louder than this, so it's pretty quiet. But let's get these things flipped down, people. Let's use them for what they're made to use them for. So again, you know me, I like to test everything. So 1 second. Oh, there we go. We're gonna start with my friend. You know, I already got 2 of these. I don't know exactly what's at right now, so don't let me lie. So we're gonna get this plugged into the unit. Let's see what we got kicking here. Whoa, that's a nice production light there. Got us plenty of light. Of course, it powered this on with no problem whatsoever. So now, what I'm getting ready to do is I'm gonna let that stay plugged up, and I'm about to plug up something else. You know me, old trusty vacuum cleaner, I take it everywhere I go. I like to plug it and try it. Bear with me, family. I appreciate you. So let's plug them both in. How about that? And let's see when we get this kicked off. Turn this on. Oh, yeah. Both running with no problem at all. And as you can see on the dial here, just with the vacuum cleaner and the light, it dropped it down halfway. I guess it stabilizes the power and then it goes back up. But right now it's still at halfway point. Okay. Let's shut this off. I love hooking all this stuff up. I love pushing these things to the limit. All right. Unplug our light. Set it down to the side. Unplug our vacuum. Now, what we're going to do now is, we're going to get our voltage meter, a watt meter. And we're going to plug in our watt meter. And we're going to see what's going on. So I'm going to plug this back in again because I want to see how many watts. This says it's 500 watts. A vac is probably putting probably somewhere around close to 200, I'm guessing. So let's turn it back on. Let's see what we got. Whoop. 1 second, see when we get over the watts. We're going to vote. Okay, there it is. All right, our vacuum cleaner. There we go. Our vacuum pulling 140, say about 140, 145 watts. So it's using about 140 watts. So I'm gonna plug the light up. I'm just curious to see what those two things are pulling between the two. So let's go ahead and plug the light back up and run that into our voltmeter. Trying to be detailed because I hate looking at videos and it's not detailed enough to show me. I'm more interested in what the unit all can do. I mean, I know I run over the features, but the features, I'm very concerned, like, what all can it do? What can it push? What can it do? Also, I already can tell you guys right off the top, and in case your power happen to go out, it will run your television. It will run 50. I know I've run a 60-inch, 55-inch. I actually had two smaller TVs, and I ran both of those TVs together. With one that 55, the 55 and the 60-inch, it ran the 60-inch for me for. I had it fully charged, somewhere close to about 2 hours or better. I think it was longer than that. It ran it. I should have wrote it down the exact time, but I know it'll run it for quite some time. Let's see. Let's plug in this light. Light is on. Well, I know that's not true. It's showing 0. I wonder if I turn it off, will it come back and give me some power? I know these lights are a little funny when it comes to trying to check the wattage. Nah, it won't give me the wattage. It's all good. I'll just look on the back of the light and that'll tell me. So I can get a round out figure of what that is with this light. Okay, the light is showing 15 watts. Is what it says. So that's somewhere 45, 55, 60. About 160 watts. So I know you say, hey, what else can this thing push to try to test it a little harder and see what it does. So I knew you were going to ask me that. So, haha, I took the liberty of grabbing something else for you guys. Nothing will pull it like a heater will. I know this will pull it. Just any device or a heating element, it pulls and it draws on the unit like nobody's business. So it's saying it's peaking at 270 watts is what it's saying. So we're gonna plug it up and we're gonna see. We're gonna run it through this voltmeter and see what's going on. So let's turn them on. Immediately it drew it down to 2 bars, 1 bar. And once it stabilizes, it's gonna jump back up, I'm sure. See, when it starts out, I guess the initial start out, it was over 300 watts. When it's prepping itself, it said 200, 250 to 270, but that was just a minute ago. It was over 300. I can see, like I said before, once it stabilizes itself out, like it's down to 245 watts. Once it stabilizes itself back out, then it drops back down. So that's about 253, 300. I said 238 now, but the initial is 250. So that, and then the back would be 50, almost 400 watts. So us knowing that, now we see that it does run the heater. I'm not going to tell you that it's going to run the heater. It's not, the heater is not going to run as long as the television, because the TV doesn't take as much power as this heater at all. So let's unplug this. Let's unplug the multimeter. The not multimeter, but the voltmeter, and we're going to plug the heater in directly. You know I'm about to try it. I like to push it to the limit. So now we're going to plug in the vacuum cleaner and the heater, and let's get the heater back on. Give it a few seconds and try to give it a chance to stabilize the power, and then we're going to turn the vacuum cleaner on with this, and we're going to see what the AC does. See, I got to wait till it stabilizes out. Okay, see the volts for the battery is going back up to half, because I'm sure if I turn it on before it stabilizes back out, it's going to just shut the unit off, because of the initial draw. So we're going to see. It's fluctuating. I'm just going to give it a second and see what it's going to do. Is it going to level back out at half? If it levels out at half, I'm turning the vacuum cleaner on where it levels out or not. Let's see what we got. It's jumping around. But when it levels back to that 2 again, I'm going to turn it back on. And we're going to see. Here we go. There it is, guys. We're running the vacuum cleaner at 145 watts. It's running the heater at 250 to 270 watts. That's over 400 watts already. And there's another additional 90 watts out there, 90 to 100 watts to step out to try to run the unit. So I'm happy with the actual. And if you'll notice, it didn't shut off. It kept running. Wow. So this is like my favorite feature. That's when I saw the 500 watts on the power station on a jump starter. I was like, no, they don't have that. And I was like, yes, they do. And I'm like, I'm getting it. So that's awesome. Still running just fine. And the heat, To be a heater this small, this thing really, the heat that's coming off of it is extremely hot. 250 watts, extremely hot. All I would say if it just had a little fan to blow it around, but to heat the room up better. But I had a better idea. I don't know if any of you have done it before, but I've turned on a humidifier, not dehumidifier. I turn on a humidifier and turn the heat on, and then the heat will attach itself to the vapors in the air, and it'll make the room, whatever room you're in, it will make that boy extremely hot. It'll be humid, but it will make it hot in that room, and it'll hold the heat because the heat rises, and and it attaches itself to the moisture. It's not good, but it works fine. It works really well that way. All right, we're gonna shut that off. As you can see, it did a well job, and it still jumped back up to 3 bars after turning the unit off. So it does really good. That 500 watts is awesome. So just look at, hey, if I have to run something, let's just say I'm just gonna throw it out the Booz RV. I don't have one, but I'm gonna keep saying it till I get one. The Booz RV it runs off of 12 volts, which is awesome because I can plug it directly into here. It doesn't take that much power, and it's not like a peddler freezer where, like, if it's 80 degrees outside, it only gets 20 degrees below what yours is. That means that's still hot. You know what I mean? That's still hot. So it's an actual. It works like a regular deep freezer in your house, except 12 volts. And this unit will run it. I think it runs. The price on it runs about, let's say, about 500 or 600, somewhere in there. Now, my advice on that is, I would say, hey, just go ahead and go ahead and get the Booz RV. The reason why I say that is because I've seen a lot of brands around here, and they all use that peddler, and that thing sucks. It's not that great. I haven't seen. Anytime you can only give. Okay, so if it don't matter if the temperature outside is 80 on a Booz RV, it's still gonna be 0 degrees. And you can set it where you want it, how high you want it to be. It's still gonna be 0 degrees in there, so it's still gonna freeze. I don't want my temperature inside of my unit to be based off what the temperature is outside or the humidity. No, that's too much. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this small test on for your the USB, and I get that portion of that portion of it out of the way. If I find a cord, I will. I just had one. Yeah, see, you're gonna see this basket in a lot of videos. If you can see it now, this my trusty Harbor Freight, several kits, all types of adapter and ends, and I use it for a lot, so it comes in handy because I end up using videos. But I'm always doing something for us with power, so that's what I do. So let's plug this in. Oh, I forgot. The phone doesn't. I don't have that type of phone in anymore. Oh, well, I got some more phones though. I can use a different phone. This one here. There we go. It works. Let's see. 2.1. 1 second. All right, put this back. Unplug this. Now, something I didn't like. I was glad it had one, but I didn't like the factor on it. Now it has one USB. I didn't like that, and it had one 12 volt. Of course, by design, it really wasn't in the way to put it. But I do like the fact it has two of these AC plug-ins instead of just having one AC plug-in, which comes in hand. I'm glad it has this space in between it because a lot of time when you have something too close, when you get a plug in, it covers part of the other one up, then you can't use it. And in this case, we're not dealing with that. Moving right along to the next thing at hand that I was going to do. I told you I didn't like this one. So, I'm not going to make it difficult. I'm going to keep it simple. Wow. There you go. Automatic, instant. The problem is solved. Solve the problem in just a second. Plug them in. Now we got three with 12 volts, and we have a USB. Solve that problem. But most people don't be thinking about it. Like, I wish the company would put more USBs on the computer. You don't have to. Just add your own 12 volt with the USBs. Wait a minute. I'm not done yet. Now, you know I didn't like this USB to be the way it was. Problem solved. You can pick these up at Amazon or on eBay. And what I like about this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 USBs. If you got more than 7 phones that need to be plugged up, well, you just need to not even have this unit. And another thing I like, it's not using unnecessary power. You turn on the one that you're using and leave the rest of them off so you don't use unnecessary power from the battery. It's neat. I like all the indication lights they got to let you know that it's on. Awesome. Can't get no better than that. That's awesome. I love it. Love it. All running off the USB. Now, let's talk about the price. I think the price of the unit to me is worth it. I believe I could have got this unit for $100, but I ended up getting it for $140. But it's all good because it's worth it. It's worth it to me, and it fits and it suits my needs and my family's and what I need to do. So I'm happy with that. So I think that's gonna wrap up this review on the Vector Freedom of Power. Sounds pretty good. Vector with the Thunderbolt. Vector, the Freedom of Power. Pick you one up. If it fits your needs, get you one. They come in red, comes in blue, and no, the company did not sponsor me anything. This is something that I'm doing on my own. Uh, I'm just starting with these, starting my channel, so you know it ain't no sponsor. I gotta wait till I get way down the line, thousands and thousands of views, but right now, I just want to inform you guys and something that can help you guys out in a pinch. Um, if your power goes out, as you can see, I plug the light up to it. You don't have to have a light that bright if you don't want. You can get one that uses less power, but still puts a good output of light, that all that's gonna do is preserve your battery even longer. Man, get you some Monopoly games or checkers or something. You ain't gotta be watching the TV. You let the lights went off, so maybe you don't need to be watching TV right now. Let it stay off. Now, if you got little kids, I understand you turn it on because you want to get them off your nerves, but still, I mean, all y'all get together as a family. I think it's good the lights cut out sometimes. It draws people together as a family. Get you some Monopoly, some checkers, sit out with the children, and play a board game with them. I mean, try to talk to them. Y'all can talk to each other, you know what I mean, and try to teach the kids something and be learning and make it a learning experience, you know? And if you're not planting any food or you're not growing any food, get to growing. What are you waiting on? Grow something, plant something, do it inside, outside, wherever you want to do. Do it in both places. Now I feel you need to do it in both places. If you don't have some type of power station, get you some type of power station. If you don't have you a get out of here bag, a bug out bag, or I'm leaving here bag, or whatever you want to call it. If you don't have it, get one. Get one. You need that. And not only get it, do like what I do is I put my bag on. I take it with me every day. I put it in the car, the truck, wherever I'm in. I put it there. If I, you know what I mean, if I'm going to the park and I'm fit to just do some walking, I will put it on and walk with it. The reason why I do that is because I want to be used to it in case something happens. I'll be used to it already. Like that's why I say you gotta make things a part of your daily life. Make it a part of your daily life. So I mean, when some kick off, like, oh, you ain't gotta go do something new and get used to it. You already been doing it all the time. You're used to it. If you got you a chicken coop and you got some chickens and you been doing picking eggs every day, and something happened, you ain't got to go buy no chickens, make no coop, figure out how to take care of the chickens, what to feed the chickens, how much the food costs. You ain't got to do none of that. You already know all this stuff because you do it on a daily basis. It's a no-brainer. So this is something that I'm just encouraging you guys to. I'm gonna say in every video until you do it. I don't care what I'm reviewing. I'm still gonna tell you: stock up, be vigilant, be prepared, pray, get your stuff to get your house in order. Get your house in order because you don't never know what we're gonna need it for. There's a lot going on right now. Shortage on food, water drought, volcanoes, Colorado River drying up. Man, there's so much mess going on. I mean, and then just the regular weather itself is acting crazy. I mean, down here, woman, I'm in the South, so my growing season for me is longer. I mean, on Christmas, it'll be still 88 degrees, so we can grow a long time here. But then we also get a lot more sun because the days will be longer during the summertime. It might not get dark until about 8:30, 8:30 somewhere in there, close to 9. So, guys, I love you. I mean, I appreciate whoever watched this video. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. All you're doing to helping me support my channel. I appreciate you guys. I mean, if one person, two person, three, 100, it don't make no difference. Everybody equally, I just say thank you to you for helping support my channel and help me get my channel off the ground. So again, this is the Vector, the freedom of power. I recommend this. I recommend this to you guys to get if you can afford to get something else, something more expensive in. Be my guest. Go ahead and do that. But if you can't, these are power stations for a lower price versus $600 to $1,000 to $2,000. You're gonna pay not even a fraction or a portion. This is like $100, $140, which is nothing. $100 is nothing anymore. It's nothing really. No man, but it may be something to somebody. But it's not a lot of money anymore. I mean, so it's easy to like, shoot, go online and get it and make some payment plans on it. And get it like that and pay monthly. If you can't do that, that's another option. Do that. But I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. I'm glad you was able to join me to on this Mississippi Survival's quest to get you guys prepared and inform you on different things and different items. So I thank you guys. Love you, Mississippi Survivor, and I'm gone.